It's time for a little Back to Basketball brought to you by Google. The NBA officially back tonight, and as the man once said, all eyes are going to be on the nightcap of the doubleheader with the Lakers and Clippers squaring off here in the bubble. Anthony Davis says he does expect to play despite getting poked in the eye during a scrimmage on Saturday. The Clippers, though, will be without core players Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, and Patrick Beverley is questionable for tonight. Remember, just before everything shut down, the Lakers beat the Clippers. Now, 4 months later, there's so much to be settled because, again, the Clippers still have the advantage, Tracy, in the season series. Remember, they won the first two games, opening night, Christmas Day. Then the Lakers look like they're chipping back away at it right before the shutdown, but then we have a 4-month break. So two teams, a lot of people think they're going to meet in the Western Conference Finals. Mac, which one's under more pressure out here to win, the Lakers or Clippers?
Well, I look at the Lakers and how their roster is constructed. I mean, you have a guy in his 17th year who's arguably the best player still in our game in LeBron James. Time is not on his side. He has to get it done this year, and this is just tailor-made for him to get it done. I think Anthony Davis is the best teammate that LeBron has ever played with. I don't think you have another duo that's first-team All-NBA with the two of them. And let's not forget the motivation that they have before the pandemic. And you know, how 2020 started off. And us losing our brother, Kobe Bryant, who is the forever great Laker with 5 championships. And that's what he wanted for, you know, LeBron James and this Lakers team. So that's their extra added motivation. LeBron and those guys had picked it up. They found their niche before the pandemic, playing great basketball. And I just think, you know, with them having 4 months off, LeBron in the past 10 years has never had the opportunity to go through a season and take a break, you know, for the journey that he goes on. I mean, this guy always is playing until June. So with that being said, it is tailor-made for the Lakers to get this done. That's why they have a lot of pressure on them.
Well, Mac, I agree with you to a certain extent. I believe a lot of pressure is on Anthony Davis, but I don't think the pressure is on the Los Angeles Lakers. A lot of the Los Angeles Lakers got rings. They don't have pressure on winning championships. Now, when you look over to the Los Angeles Clippers, they the ones who got pressure. One, they got to make a stance that they're not the little brother no more to the Los Angeles Lakers. Two, they don't have that many people on their team that got a ring. It's only one guy, Kawhi Leonard. So a lot of guys are trying to get their ring for the first time. So the pressure is on the Clippers. They got a deep team. They have zero excuses. And my thing is with the Clippers is that I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the guys that they have for us with being too deep. Or guys are going to be able to sacrifice. It's easier said when done. Like, guys can say they'll do it, but when you get on the court and you're not getting your 12 to 15 shot attempts like you're accustomed to getting, then all of a sudden, are you still going to be all in? When I look at this Laker ball club, they have 2 stars and they have role players that fit in just fine. When I look at the Clippers, they're deep with a lot of firepower. And I just want to know who's going to take the back seat. But all that to be said, the pressure is on the L.A. Clippers, in my opinion, because it's zero.
How many titles do the Clippers have in their franchise history?
They don't have none.
How many titles does the Lakers have? Lots, right?
They have a lot.
All the greats that have come through the Lakers, Kareem, Jerry West, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, all have championships. LeBron James is an all-time great, one of the greatest, if not the great. He has to win a championship. The pressure is on him. He's going to be in his 18th season next year. At 36 years old, it's only going to get tougher. We don't know how that roster is going to be constructed next year. A lot of these guys are on one-year deals.
No, Mac. It's no pressure on LeBron to win the championship. If LeBron retires today without another championship, it's already cemented. He's one of the all-time greats, and he has rings. Listen, the Clippers, the pressure is on the Clippers to win a championship. The pressure is on them to bring a championship to the Clipper Nation that they haven't done, and they have the team to do it. I don't think the pressure is on the Los Angeles Lakers, in my opinion, and especially not LeBron James, a 3-time champion.
Well, Kendrick, I respect your opinion, but I got to weigh in with Tracy here. I think the expectations are on the Clippers because they've been the favorite of most pundits throughout the season. They are so deep. They are led by the reigning finals MVP. But the pressure being the window being so short that Tracy is talking about on the Lakers. Look, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are going to have multiple bites at the apple to win a title over the next 5 years. It is hard to see LeBron James having multiple bites at the apple on that. So therefore, here in Orlando, and not to say his legacy, because Kendrick, you're 100% right. His legacy is set. But in terms of this team winning a title, it's just the window. The window is just so much smaller for them. So I don't know. I want to move on to Zion. Go ahead.
Rachel, we say that every year about him, and he keep proving us wrong.
Well, that's true.
Father time do not exist with LeBron James. It don't. We might as well throw that out the window. He's gonna be a Tom Brady of basketball.
Ron is there to win a championship, bro. If he doesn't win a championship in that Laker uniform, it is a letdown. Trust me.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.